Hey, hold on. Hold. Bag up, Terry. Put in reverse, Terry. Put in reverse. Oh, Lord, jeez. What you doing, Terry?
Hey, Sooner football fans. This is your Sooner football fans podcast. You got Terry and Rob here. Boomer up.
Boomer Terry.
And we are coming at you from the still Corona-free Podcast Palace in Norman, Oklahoma.
Where we are not affiliated with the University of Oklahoma.
But we do have eligibility left. And we are going to talk a little bit tonight about a lot of things, maybe. But first off is that our Oklahoma Sooners, what do they do but rattle off 62 points 2 weeks in a row, Rob?
Yeah, it's very impressive.
Just beat down poor old Kansas 62-9. And what was kind of started weird, slow game.
Yeah, not very exciting, the whole thing, but I mean, still got the job done.
Yeah, then, it was just a weird, we expected more scoring, I guess, early on like we did against Texas Tech, but it ended up, with the same results and gimme score by Kansas at the end of the game.
And we could have ran it up a little further than that, probably pretty easily. So,
but Oklahoma recorded 9 sacks on the evening, and their quarterback, the Kansas quarterback, Jalen Daniels.
I thought we killed him.
Yeah, we killed him, broke him into something in the fourth quarter, right before TV took us away from the game. There were still 4 or 5 minutes left. I literally thought that guy we had dislocated both hips. Did you see how he was lying on the ground?
Did not look pretty. I was feeling for him.
And he wasn't moving either. He was like his bottom part wasn't moving. His top, his top half was.
I'm pretty sure he was glad when that game was over.
Well, we got to watch the game with the one and only Sooner Lisa. She came down to Norman and was here at the house. She started feeling sorry for the guy. I mean, when we would sack him, she'd go, "Oh, poor guy."
Yeah, I never did that.
I never did either. And then when he was, broke, it was like, oh my gosh, yeah, it was nasty. I mean,
yeah, he got hit a dozen times,
and I think
pretty bad.
Yeah, every one of our defensive linemen had,
intimate knowledge of him.
Well, yeah, intimate knowledge. There's nobody has like an even number of sacks. Nick Benito does, but I think they all came in quarter increments because every time we sacked him, 4 Sooners got up off of him.
I know it.
He got tackled by 4 guys. I mean, he was just surrounded.
Yeah, but he got hit more than that. I mean,
oh yeah, it was beautiful on our part and ugly if you're the Kansas quarterback or a Kansas fan. Yeah. Here's a topic I wanted to bring up. I heard a local radio person here talk about Kansas before the game. Actually, it was Saturday morning after, I was leaving. Where was I at Saturday morning, Rob? The golf course. That's right. Where were you at Saturday morning, Rob? Working. That's right. I'm sorry. But anyway, and I watched the game and I kind of paid attention to it, and he was right that Kansas does not care about football.
Well, yeah.
No, that team, they literally, I mean, Les Miles, even, there was no, I mean, I understand you're getting it handed to you, but there was like no drive whatsoever, it looked like, in that team and from the coaching staff.
Not only were they getting it handed to them, there's nothing they could do about it.
Well, yeah.
I mean, literally.
Les said afterwards he thought he could stick, they could stick with Oklahoma a little better than they did. What would give you that thought?
I mean, I guess if you base it off of our second half failures early on in the season, but
Yeah.
Since Texas, we have not really done that. So I don't know what he was thinking, but
Yeah. And we're not going to talk badly about Buki. Caleb was giving me a hard time during the game. I give Buki a hard time. Like I said, I don't dislike Buki. Like a lot of people, I do think he could do better. But did you see the play where he intercepted the pass and fumbled?
yeah, the guy that was out of bounds caused him to fumble, which was apparently legal. Which is strange. But.
Yeah, I thought that was strange too. We were even talking about that watching the game. It was like he was out of bounds. Can the guy be out of bounds and cause a fumble or even tackle you?
Yeah, apparently he can.
I guess we were playing.
But it was a good defensive play.
Yeah, it was. Unlike the one before that where it bounced off his chest. But we were not going to talk about that. Rattler was 15 of 27 for 212 yards. What were your thoughts about the injury?
So I think that Lincoln Riley was teaching him a lesson, right?
Yeah.
Don't give up your body trying to run into the daggum end zone
Against Kansas.
I mean, that could have been a season-ending deal. Also, he's probably trying to, toughen him up.
Yeah. I'll admit, I was like a lot of people on Twitter. Twitter blew up.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Why is he still in there?
Yeah. What are they doing? What is he doing? Da, 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 da. Yeah. But, and even the announcers were, why is he out there?
I heard them. They made me sick.
Which they weren't even in Norman. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
Yeah. They were doing it from somewhere else. The chick on the sidelines obviously was in Norman. But which made the game sound really weird.
They just wear me out. I hate that.
But she came on and said that he's been checked by the medical staff. That I guess that right after halftime, the Lincoln said he was checked by the medical staff. Everything is fine. He's got a bruised hip.
They knew that, or he wouldn't have been playing.
He wouldn't have been playing.
Yeah.
It was, and it kind of comes back to what we used to tell the little kids when we played, when we coached Little League football. There's a difference in being hurt and pain.
Right.
He was in pain. It was uncomfortable, but he was not hurt. If he was hurt, he wouldn't have been out there. So
right. Of course, now next time he might think about sliding.
Yeah, or stopping and let the guy dive in front of him and go in cutting back. I
get the competitive spirit. I get that because I want to, I want to run there and knock somebody out too. But hey, you're our quarterback, man. You can't be doing that stuff.
Yeah, but and then Mordecai comes in and goes 7 of 8.
Hey, Mordecai is more than adequate.
Yeah, he is more than adequate. He's a great backup. I mean, I think he would do better than what most people think if Rattler was to go down.
Yeah.
Is he? I don't know. I'm not even going to say that. Is he a national championship caliber quarterback if that would come to play? Which is not this year, but you don't know. You put the right pieces around anybody. You can win games.
I think we can win a lot of games with him back there, but he's not Spencer Rattler.
No, he's not Spencer Rattler. I'm not Spencer Rattler. You're not Spencer Rattler.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like Tiger Woods on the golf course, and you're like, what was Bill Murray's character's name in Caddyshack? Oh, by the way, and that's one thing, we're become famous. I don't know if you noticed on Twitter and Facebook for forgetting people's names.
I did notice that.
Yeah, not just Lisa, but there were several other people.
Yeah, I'm sitting here right now trying to think. Caddyshack is one of my favorite movies, and Carl Spangler.
Spangler.
That's the Ghost Show. What's that called?
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters. That's it. Yeah. Carl Spackler or something like that. What was his name? It was Carl something or other.
Yeah, Carl. Let's see, Caddy. See, I got the Google up. Caddy.
It might be Spackler.
Bill
Carl Spackler.
Murray.
Cinderella story.
Let's see. Oh, come on,
It's Carl something.
Give me the list of characters.
Hey, Lisa, when you get this tomorrow, go ahead and just text me on up. Although I think Terry's looking at it now.
Well, I'm looking at the. Oh my gosh, where is the IMBD DBM or whatever that thing is?
You're like me on the Googles, huh?
There it is. Caddyshack. Let's see the cast of characters of Caddyshack.
Well, it's going to give you his name, Bill Murray, not his.
No, it'll say his name.
Oh, played Carl, whatever.
Carl Spackler. You were right.
I was right.
Yeah. Who did Chevy Chase play?
No. Shoot, I already forgot his name too.
Ty Webb.
Ty Webb. Yep, I knew that.
I can't. Rodney Dangerfield was Al Cervic.
That was his name in the movie.
Yeah.
Huh? Did not. I couldn't. I wouldn't have got that for nothing in the world.
Ted Knight was Judge Elia Smales.
Yeah. Well, I knew Smales because of the T-shirts. Right? You seen those?
Yeah. Sarah Holcomb played Maggie O'Hooligan.
Yeah.
But anyway,
some of the attire in that movie.
Oh yeah, we need to show up and play golf in some Bushwood Country Club shirts, Rob.
Bushwood.
You get that, don't you?
What are you trying to say, Terry? You want to explain that to me?
It's the name of the country club.
But what does that mean?
Bushwood, it's a bushy wood or a woody bush.
All right. We better change the subject.
But
I don't have one of those beeping buttons like the rest of them. Here we go.
Yeah, no. Stop. Real quick, let's jump in here. College football is getting canceled this weekend, it looks like, Rob.
All over the place.
All over the place. I took a screenshot of somebody said I hadn't wrote much of them down, but some of them had already come back up that there were more. So let me pull that up here. Alabama and LSU canceled. A&M and Tennessee canceled.
Sissies.
Auburn and Mississippi State canceled. Georgia at Missouri canceled. Air Force at Wyoming canceled. Memphis at Navy canceled. ULM at Arkansas State canceled. Ohio State at Maryland canceled, and it's been deemed a no contest because they don't have time to replay them.
Right.
And Rob, it's just Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's what's been canceled.
Big sissies.
So are we running the chance of
yes,
the season getting canceled, or
I think if it gets any worse, then definitely we are.
Yeah. Here's the thing. It's not political. We're staying out of politics and all that stuff. Numbers are going up. Oklahoma is having 2,000 people a day now testing positive. You got the holidays coming in, and they're already telling people to have virtual Thanksgivings and all that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, but, they're saying it's not that you can't get together. It's just that, like what Nick Saban said, I'm not worried about, the kids and their families, but nobody, you don't know where Uncle Tom's been.
Yeah.
So that's the problem, is coming in contact. If one of these kids comes in contact
You're right.
with somebody, it can shut a whole.
Well, think about this. We've got 2 basketball games in 2 weeks. So, I mean, if football starts canceling, they're going to start canceling basketball. And at what point are they going to cancel school?
Well, they're not coming back after Thanksgiving.
Ugh.
They're doing online after Thanksgiving. They determined that just simply because kids are going to be home. Same thing. Don't bring them back to where you don't know where they've been.
Yeah.
But I got news for you. I've been to Campus Corner the last couple of weekends.
They're not social distancing.
They're everywhere down on Campus Corner, and there ain't no mask.
No.
Okay. Logies. I don't know if anybody's ever been to Logies. Anybody our age going to Logies, you'll probably need to go to jail if you're going to Logies for any reason. But it was packed last Thursday. Was it Thursday? No. Well, last Thursday and Friday, because we went and had dinner down there Friday with Lisa. You and I and Teresa did. And Logies had people everywhere, and there wasn't a single mask. So the college kids are not, while on campus they are, but out and about they're not.
I'm not making a political statement here, but from the door to my table is not going to keep. If I'm wearing a mask from the door to the table, it's not keeping anything.
Right.
Come on.
But the numbers are going up. The numbers are going up, obviously, in some football teams. The pros, Baker was just deemed eligible to play. He was on COVID watch because of contact tracing. Yeah. My quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger, is doubtful for this weekend because he's in COVID protocol because of contact tracing, which, hey, that's the Bengals that we're playing. I'm not too concerned. We can afford to lose a couple of games, and Ben needs the rest. So that doesn't bother me.
You don't want to go for the undefeated season?
No, I just want to go for the championship. Again, Rob, I'm not say it again. It's what I like about the pros. I'm not worried about losing 1 or 2 games. Just be that division leader or that wild card getting into the playoffs, and anything can happen.
But an undefeated season, Terry,
isn't like next to impossible to do.
Tell that to the 72 Dolphins.
And that's the only one you can say it to. You know, I mean,
not impossible.
What about the 2012 Patriots, who the Giants beat them in the Super Bowl to ruin their season?
Yep.
But it's, I mean, we're on the verge, and this kind of, Joel Klatt put out a tweet on like Monday that he had heard that there was a lot of games. I think we're going to see more games get canceled this weekend. Something's.
Well, I've heard scuttlebutt about our Bedlam game in 2 weeks.
Might be canceled.
I mean, rumors are rumors, but
yeah.
I mean, one can only, assume that may be in the works.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I mean, this thing isn't going away, quickly, and more and more, everybody thought Clemson did it all right. Look, Clemson hadn't had any problems. Lo and behold, Trevor Lawrence ends up in COVID protocol. They go down to Notre Dame, in which, even Dabo was like, their crowd rushed the field, and they were all still on the field.
Oh, yeah.
So who knows what's going to.
Notre Dame's that good, so I think Clemson may lose another one.
You think so? You don't think Notre Dame was good? You think Clemson is bad?
I don't think they're as good as. I mean, if the first thing you think of when somebody beats Clemson is, man, that team is good.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a decent team, but I don't think they would come in here and crush us. They might beat us. They might not. I don't think they're that good. Do you?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Come on.
I was shocked that Notre Dame hung with them. Like, Notre Dame's quarterback's a stud.
Ian Book?
He was throwing some dimes, boy.
Yeah. Well, Bookie would take him to the house.
Oh, anyway, and lo and behold, I screwed up. We both screwed up. Didn't go to the coaches show last night, which was the media roundtable. I didn't see it until after 5 o'clock that they were having it. And which brings up our point. We need to talk about Toby's book. Make sure and order it on, it's Unhitch the Wagons, The Story of Boomer and Sooner. It's on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles. You can pick it up at Homeland and Love's Travel Stops and many other bookstores where fine books are sold.
You can also get one from us.
That's right.
If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, we have a personally autographed copy. Not just autographed, but what's it called?
Inscripted?
Inscribed by the man himself, Toby Rowland, that we're going to be giving away. We're still waiting on the Unhitch Your Wagon shirts to get back in stock. Should be in the next 7 to 10 days.
By the way, I spoke to Toby on the phone this morning.
Oh, did you? Yeah. You called into his radio show?
Yeah.
And you got a golfer.
2, actually.
2 golfers. Yep. Let's see. Who did you get?
I got Phil Mickelson and Jeff Ogilvy. No, wait. Jeff Ogletree.
Phil Mickelson is 80-1 odds to win the Masters.
He's going to win.
Last year, he placed 18th.
He's going to win this year.
Shot a 6 under. And
because you know what? The golf course this year is going to favor the Bombers, and Phil definitely is still a Bomber.
Andy Ogletree is who you got?
Jeff Ogletree, I think.
Oh, there's only one Ogletree, and it's Andy.
Oh, well, maybe it's Andy.
He's 1,000-1 odds to win.
Wait, Jeff Ogletree is a quarterback. I can't remember.
Do you know Jimmy Walker's playing in the...
Yeah, it's not the same.
I know, but
it's not what's happening.
Yeah, no, every time I hear, they were talking about it today, on the, live from the Masters on the Golf Channel, which I'm working from home in my nice little office here. Guess what's on the TV all day long? I haven't listened to any radio.
You know what, Terry? Shut up.
I've listened to and peeked over a computer screen at Live from the Masters all day long, all week long. Yeah. But every time I hear him say Jimmy Walker, I want to go dynamite. But Bryson DeChambeau is favored to win it. He's 8-1 odds. Last year he finished 29th.
Yeah, he's improved a little bit since last year, I think. Plus, the absence of the crowd is going to be a benefit to him.
But I tell you what, though, Koepka yesterday was getting pissed.
What happened?
Because I didn't know this. Caleb told me that Koepka and DeChambeau, they don't get along, or Koepka doesn't really like him.
Did not know that.
I did not either. That's coming from Caleb. Caleb's usually right on these types of things. But Koepka was getting irritated because, everybody that came up there, they asked him 5 questions about Bryson. And you could tell Koepka was getting tired of it. He was like, because he's supposed to be using a longer driver.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He doesn't know if he's going to bring it out for if DeChambeau is going to bring the longer driver out at the Masters. But they were like, they asked, Koepka, if he does, will that help? And he goes, well, it'll help anybody. But you could tell he was like, stop asking me questions about this.
Well, it's only giving him 5 to 7 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, he's averaging 344 off the tee. 344. Terry.
Yeah, that's
average.
That's almost 3.5 football fields, Rob.
That's stupid.
Yeah,
stupid long.
Yeah, is it weird though? Have you ever sat down? I know this is a weird deal, but when you hit a golf ball, okay. Well, for instance, like the hole right outside your house. What is it? Number 4, the par 3.
Yeah.
That doesn't look as long as a football field, does it?
No.
It looks. That hole is 104 yards, right?
Yep.
And it's just weird that people hit a golf ball, me and you are hitting it between 200 and 300. It's still weird that it goes that far. Because when you look at it on a golf course, it doesn't seem that far.
Yeah. So if you're in the south end zone of Owen Field, you could probably get one over the north wall.
We're going to have to try that, Rob.
Yeah. You try it, I will film. How about that?
That's right. We'll bring some golf clubs to work one day.
And then I'll bail you out.
Yeah. We'll hop in it. We'll hop over the wall real quick. I'll tee one up and see if I can hit it out of the stadium.
Tee one? It's only 104 yards.
Well, out of the stadium.
Yeah, but I'm still thinking, 6 iron, you can get one out of there, but you don't need the driver. Well, you might. I don't
know. But see, it seems weird. I wouldn't think I would be able to do that. Would you? When you look at it?
Yeah, it doesn't feel like you should be able to, but
you could.
I don't know if you can get it up over the scoreboard in the south end zone, though. That thing's way there.
That's way. And if you hit it with a golf ball, you might be buying it, and I don't make enough money to buy it. So we'd have to go towards the north end.
I wouldn't mind being up on top of that scoreboard and hitting one.
Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah.
You could probably carry
it. You'd have to strap me in, though.
You could probably carry it all the way across.
Yeah, you'd have to, have bungee cords all around.
First of all, we would go up there. Right?
It's like, what is that down in South Africa, that hole, the par 3 that's like 3,000 foot above, above the tee box is up in that mountain?
Is that Africa? I thought it was in Colorado. I don't know. There's some courses in Colorado that have some elevation changes.
But this one has to get to the tee box, you have to get in a helicopter.
Oh, okay.
You've seen that. We'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I can't recall it, but
yeah.
I know there's a Colorado course that has a par 3 that's like 450 yards, and if you hit more than a sand wedge, you're over the green.
Because it's all downhill.
It's all downhill.
Yeah. No, this one the green looks like a speck.
Ah.
And it's kind of the same thing. Most people hit a pitching wedge, and it just travels, and they have spotters down there that tell you where your ball lands if you hit the green or not.
So if we ever got to play a course like that, I'm hitting more than one ball off that tee box. I'm gonna drop 6. I'm hitting all of them.
Yeah. But anyway, though, let's see. Tiger Woods, who's the reigning champion,
did you see his clubhouse? They get to pick
the champions.
The champions meal.
Yeah, a sushi roll, and then prime steak and chicken fajitas
and all kinds of wine.
Yeah. Saying that, what would your championship dinner be like?
Man, probably be a big old cheeseburger.
That's what I was thinking. Some B-dubs wings and hot sauce and beer. But
Yeah, they'd probably look down their noses at me because it's hard to beat a cheeseburger and fries, man.
Yeah, it is.
Especially if you get one
made by somebody who knows what they're doing with them.
Yeah.
DJ Dustin Johnson is 9-1. John Rahm is 11-1. JT 12-1. Roy McIlroy.
All big hitters.
Roy McIlroy 14-1. Xander Schauffele 14-1. Then Brooks, and then Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah. Who's your money on?
I'm on Koepka.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm taking Rory.
Koepka was on the verge last year, and I think he's figured it out for this year. He's going to have an open course because Koepka hits it all over the place, man.
Yeah.
He hits it long, but he hits it everywhere. He's like me and you out there on the golf course. He's just better at scrambling than you and I are. Because I watched him one day, I promise you, he didn't hit a fairway or a green and still shot like 3 under par.
Well, they said that there's going to be a lot of rain and stuff, so the golf course the balls are not going to roll, so it's going to be longer.
And I was watching a thing today, or actually before you got here on it. Do you know what an issue with all the time at Augusta is?
No.
Mud on the balls after you drive them. Oh. Even when the course is dry, it still holds some water, and they said the ball picks up mud almost all the time.
Really?
Yeah. So,
well, this is my favorite sporting event of the year. You know.
Oh,
right?
It's cool. Yeah, I know it's one of mine. It's. But I also wanted to talk about a little bit of Sooner baseball before we get back in.
Well, before we move on from that, you know what I would do for a Klondike bar, right? Multiply that by 1,000 to get to play that golf course, right?
Yeah, that would be. You know what? And I got to think. I think you have to walk it.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
But I'm playing a couple balls. Like I'm not just going to play one ball.
Well, it's like we were talking about if we get to play, which I've checked into it. It's really hard to get to Tiger's course up there.
Pinyon Valley?
Yeah. What we were talking about, if we played it, though, it would take us all day.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm like walking one step. I'm taking it in.
Probably better fill every pocket in your golf bag up with the golf balls, too.
Let's talk a little. I got a
Sooner baseball, Coach Johnson.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to find their Twitter handle because it has all their signees today because they basically signed a baseball team today.
Right, I've seen all the tweets come through.
They got Big Mac's boy. Do we call him Little Mac?
How big is he?
I don't know. How big old boy is he?
I don't know.
Yeah, it was all day long. Let me scroll down here and.
Apparently, they got a bunch of good recruits.
Golly, there's a ton of them, Rob. I'm serious.
Yeah, but they're already pretty good. I mean, I know we lost a bunch of talent, but they're still going to be good.
I'm still scrolling. God.
Yeah, there's a bunch.
They signed a ton. I didn't realize it was. I missed some tweets today.
Oh, man. Every time I turn around, my phone was going off with Sooner baseball.
David Sandlin. From Eastern Oklahoma State College, which is he's a right-handed pitcher, he's from Owasso, but Eastern is down in Wilburton, Oklahoma.
And there's some mountains down there.
Yeah, the Talamina Drive and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Infielder Holland Hall out of Tulsa. I'm sorry, out of Holland Hall School, Wallace Clark out of Tulsa. Left-handed pitcher out of Missouri, Luke Flata. And then a left-handed pitcher, outfielder from Missouri, Braden Lucart. Brock Daniels, an infielder from St. Louis. Boy, they got a bunch of guys from Missouri.
Did it give a rank on the?
No, it just has their stuff. It says some stuff on some of them, but not these guys. Bodie Brooks. Right-handed pitcher out of Tuttle.
You know, the parents of that kid watched, what's that show with the dancer? What's his name? Died of cancer.
What?
He was in, Nobody puts a baby in the corner.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
We had to go a long way around to get to that one, didn't we?
You're talking about Roadhouse?
No.
Yeah, but you're talking about Dirty Dancing.
They're dancing, yeah.
But where did Bodie Brooks come from?
Well, he also played in that guy, Patrick Swayze,
Yeah.
played in a movie where he was named Bodie.
Which movie was that?
The surfing movie.
Was it Bodie or Brody?
No, it was Bodie.
Bodie, are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Sooner Lisa, text Rob tomorrow if he's wrong.
No, it's Bodie, I'm telling you. Bodazeppa, that's what they call him.
Bodazeppa.
Yeah, and his name was Bodie. Anyway,
you
know his parents were watching that movie. Point Break, that's it. Point Break.
Here's one. Infielder out of Stillwell, Kansas, Jackson Nicholas.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholas?
So his parents were golfers?
Golfers?
Yeah, or his dad was.
Yeah, Toby retweeted that. Golden Bear, question mark. Another Oklahoma product, right-handed pitcher. Man, they got a bunch of pitchers. Blake Priest out of Enid.
Well, we lost a bunch of pitchers, so.
John Spikerman, outfielder from Montgomery, Texas. I already said David Sandlin. Already said Wallace Clark. Skip Johnson says Luke Flotta has a electric arm.
Does that mean he throws above 90? Or
yeah, I guess.
A lot of movement on the ball? I mean, what does that mean exactly?
Brock Daniels said he has loud tools, a chance to make an immediate impact when he arrives on campus next fall. That's Brock Daniels, infielder. Ooh, I pushed the wrong button. Bodie is Sooner born and Sooner bred. His competitive fire is contagious. Great addition to our pitching staff. Braden Lucart is a legitimate two-way prospect that can impact our team on the mound and at the plate. Jackson Nicholas, the type of athlete we search for all over the country.
Is he also a golfer?
I don't know. It doesn't say if he's a golfer.
Well, that'd be depressing with that name, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Blake Priest, strong, athletic right-handed pitcher. Let's see here. Aaron Calhoun out of Pearland, Texas. David Sandler already said that. Some of these are retweets. John Spikerman is a speedy infielder. We're a nightmare for our opponents on the base paths. Aaron Calhoun is a power arm that he cannot wait to work with, says Skip Johnson.
I got a question. That kid that was from Texas, is it Pearl Land or is it Pearl Land?
Oh my gosh.
I'm just I don't know if it's is it Pearl Land or is it Pearland?
It's Pearland.
Pearland Joe?
Pearland or Pearland?
Or is it
Pearland? Pearland?
I don't know.
Pearland, Parland. I don't care. Let's see. Californian to Oklahoma from Capistrano Valley High School in Irvine, California. Max McGuire. And let's see. Skip Johnson is, go figure this, is a power hitting middle of the order type player. I wonder where he got that from.
Well, I don't know. Let's hope he has a career his dad had.
Yeah.
Because of course, Big Mac played at Arizona State.
Yeah.
And then of course was one of the original Bash brothers.
Keegan Allen, a right-handed pitcher, out Rogers, Arkansas. See, I mean, it just goes on. I would spend the rest of the day.
Yeah, they got a dozen.
More than that. Landon Boyd, Sandra Day O'Connor High School. I didn't know there was such a thing.
Good baseball team.
What do you think?
To watch them.
What do you think the Sandra Day O'Connor High School mascot is? The Judges. I'm sorry. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. No, they're probably not. They're like the Tigers or something, right?
But yeah, the baseball team signed a load of players today. So,
how about the golf team?
I saw the golf team signed
Well, yeah, but are nationally ranked number 1, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And I watched them last week, yeah, or listened and watched, because I am working at home.
You know who the coach is, right? Whose brother?
Yeah, it's Hibbles.
Yeah. Nate Hibbles. Is it his big brother or his little brother?
I think it's his little brother.
Little brother.
Yeah. But
and then we got a Sooner playing in the Masters.
Yep.
Mr. Answer. Was this Benjamin Answer?
I think so.
Something like that.
I'm reading through Twitter here.
Oh.
I got some people because I posted that if there was no football games this weekend, we're going to have a pickup game here in Norman. Everybody's welcome.
I'll coach.
You'll go. You're not going to line up and fill a gap.
I would if that was needed, but pretty sure I'd rather hold a clipboard.
Yeah. Hold the chains. You could be the ref. But
that would involve a certain amount of running that I'm not sure I'm willing to do, Terry.
Let's get back on to Sooner football. There's really not a whole lot to talk about with the Kansas game. It was just, everybody watched it. It was just a beatdown. It was.
There is some things to talk about. What about my boy Ramondre Stevenson that I've been telling y'all is next level?
Yeah.
There's 11 no T on that. It's next level.
11 carries for 104 yards. That means he averaged 9 yards, a little less, a little more.
I mean, just think if we pumped him the ball 29, 30 times a game.
Yeah.
Of course, he'd be awfully tired, but
Pledger had 30. Yeah, look at this. I mean, Pledger had 36 yards on 7 carries. It's not even close.
I mean, I like Pledger. I think he's a good back, but I mean, Ramondre is next level. I'm telling you.
God, he is big. He's bigger than he was last year. He looks more athletic than he did last year. You know what I mean?
He's a big, strong back. He's quick. He's got breaks. You see him running, and then all of a sudden he's stopping and cutting.
He's got dreadlocks like you.
Definitely. He's a prototypical pro.
Yeah,
I mean, he'll be snapped.
Is he going to stick? Is he going to stick around? You think?
I don't think so.
Would
you?
Well, I mean, depends on how much money he can make. I
think I said on our last podcast that I didn't think he would because he's not going to have the stats. I don't think he's going to need a bunch of stats.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't. We need him to stay around. We need him and old boy Perkins.
Oh, yeah.
It sure wouldn't be nice to.
Well, they can all stay, right? Nobody has to go.
Yeah. This is a free season.
So
Caleb really wants. Speaking of that, really wants Texas and Oklahoma to play in the Big 12 championship game.
Yeah, why?
So. Our boy, the quarterback,
Sam Ehlinger,
can lose a record 6 games to Oklahoma.
That would be so fun. Oh my gosh!
And then if he comes back next year, 7 and 8. Caleb wants him here for another year and wants them to win out.
He needs to get that tattooed on his body.
I am right now. He's 1-5. He's lost more games to Oklahoma than any Texas quarterback.
Than any Texas player.
True, yeah. And if he wants Texas to win out and Oklahoma to win out. If that happens, Oklahoma, Texas, and Sam Ehlinger breaks his own record of 5 losses and adds a 6th.
We might hurt him this time.
Yeah,
we're gonna be like, hey, listen, dude.
Yeah,
we're gonna break you.
We might do to you like we did. The Kansas quarterback just went blank. Daniels, Jalen.
Yeah. Be like that Rocky IV. I will break you.
I'll break you. Go for it. That was Rocky's response.
Right.
Okay, back on the Masters real quick since we have it up. What are people called that go and watch the Masters, Rob?
Lucky?
Outside of lucky.
Oh.
What are you called if you go to the Masters and watch it?
Spectator.
Nope.
Fan?
Nope.
Rich.
But you are a patron.
A patron. Okay.
Yes, they're not having patrons this year.
Not having patrons.
Patrons.
Man, I was all around it.
Yeah. Do you know why they're called patrons? This is what they said today on Live from the Masters.
No, I don't know why.
Because the patrons who come and watch the Masters are educated in golf.
Oh.
They understand the game. They understand the etiquette.
So nobody's going to yell mashed potatoes?
You can't. It's against the rules.
Right?
You can't yell, get in the hole. You can't do any of that because you're educated. I've seen crowds at the Masters. Okay. They all ain't patrons. I've never been to the Masters. I've watched it on TV, though. But no, they do not call them patrons. They do not call them fans. They do not call it the crowd. They call them patrons of the Masters.
I don't see any Happy Gilmore fans out there with the beer hats on, but yeah, I'm sure there's some people that are not necessarily.
Still in this great, I know that people have brought this up before. The food there is cheap. You would think it'd be like astronomical. They showed, a menu board there, like the sandwiches, the egg salad and the pimento cheese sandwich. They're like $1.
Yeah, they're famous too.
Yeah, but it's not like going to a lot of sporting events where 2 beers and a hot dog cost more than your ticket did.
Right.
So I'm sure people are tired of us talking about the Masters. Also, and back on football, Arkansas's coach Sam Pittman tested positive. They play Florida this week.
That hadn't been canceled?
That hadn't been canceled yet. So,
it's a matter of time.
Yeah, that one. I'm sure it'll be canceled because
bunch of sissies.
Contact tracing. People from Arkansas have been close together.
Only brothers and sisters.
Only brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, and nephews too. Rob, come on. It's all in the family in Arkansas. But yeah, it's crazy that all these games are getting canceled. And honestly, I've seen more than one person say that the season is in jeopardy right now.
It is. And you know what I like about Oklahoma though? All these people are canceling. Lincoln's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, we'll play. We got it under control. We got it under control.
Not like Les Miles. We'll play any sucker. Right? Yeah. But we ain't canceling.
Yeah. Oklahoma, I don't know what they've done. Credit to the staff. Credit to the players, really. Because you're responsible. These kids could sneak out and go running around doing things they're not supposed to. Obviously, they're not. I don't know how they're keeping it from spreading, but they are. Here comes the hole-in-one. Boom.
Oh, my gosh. That is so
I would literally crap my pants if I did that, Rob. You know what?
Well, you know what, Terry? We can't even get close enough to hit a hole-in-one, just a regular shot, and he skips it across the water 18 times.
Up under the green. Look, that is just nuts.
Yeah.
It gets the break
and I hate those guys.
Right in.
Man. It's impressive.
Yeah. I couldn't make a ball skip if I wanted to now because when it skips, we're not trying to hit the water.
No, definitely
This
not.
guy's hitting it at the water. If I hit it at the water, do you know what would happen? It would go over the water on the green.
In the hole?
In the hole.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, and they do it on purpose.
Yeah.
It looks fun. I'd like to try it. Of course, it'd take a couple of buckets of balls where we could even probably get one across there.
Yeah. But they said that's a tradition that started. They said it's weird doing it because, it's on their practice round and the crowds chant to skip it. So they all go over there and, skip one across for the crowd. And they said it was, all of them said it's weird. Some of them did, some of them didn't. He goes, because, you got guys over there, skip it. So they walk over and skip it across the water.
So I had to educate Rhett today. I had breakfast with him, and I told him that today is a par 3 contest, which nobody wants to win.
Yeah, because the winner of the par 3 never wins.
Yeah. So he says, "Well, what do they do if they get to the end and they're winning?" I said they let their kids putt out for them. That way they're DQ'd, right?
Yeah,
or something to that effect. And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." I'm like,
yeah.
"Oh yeah."
Well, they didn't have the par 3 this year.
Oh, they didn't.
Yeah,
Okay.
COVID canceled the par 3.
Okay.
But you're right, though. That is true. Today is normally when the par 3 is. But
Yeah, and I told him, I said, it didn't matter if they're 8 strokes ahead.
Yeah.
When they hit that last green,
Yeah.
they give the putter to their kid and let their kid go putt it. That way they get DQ'd and they don't win.
Yeah. Oh, but do you think you could win the par 3 out there?
No.
Now, is there a par 3 course there, or do they just play all the holes as par 3?
No, there's a par 3 course.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
And I think it's just a 9-hole, too.
Yeah. But that course, I mean, if you've seen stuff on it, man, that course is immaculate.
Oh.
And the way it looks without anything there, without any stands and without any, tents and ropes and people,
Grandstands.
it's nuts. Do we want to talk about the old stepbrothers from up north, or we want to wait until next week to battle it, bash them around a little bit?
I'm not even sure who you're talking about.
Our stepbrothers up north.
Up north?
Up north? Stillwater? Stankwater?
Oh. Yeah, I'm not kidding anybody up there. We are not relations, sir.
We're not relations, but Oklahoma has Oklahoma State. Let's get your preliminary thoughts on that game.
On the Bedlam game?
Yeah.
So I think they're good. They're a good football team, but they have one weakness that we will exploit, and that is a weak offensive line.
Yeah.
So whoever they put at quarterback will be running
his life.
butt off.
Yeah.
And if we get to him a bunch, we may be looking at knocking him out of the game and getting that backup in.
Yeah. Because this defensive line
is no joke.
They were no joke without Perkins.
Yeah.
Now Perkins is in there. They are the real deal, because it's like, I put a deal on Twitter, your choice is which one are you going to block, the alligator or the crocodile? Which one, it's a choice of, it's almost like having neither one of them. They might be, but, excuse me. What's his name? I'm trying to think of his name. Daggone it. Perkins and the big guy.
Perrion Winfrey?
Winfrey, yeah. I don't know why I can't remember Perrion's name. Perrion Winfrey. Both those guys are studs. Okay.
Oh, man.
Now, they could be as, pretty dominant, but it's almost like having, Tommy Harris. Tommy Harris got doubled and triple teamed, which is, everybody will tell you why Dan Cody and Dusty Dvorak were so good.
Right.
Was when you got that guy in the middle taking up all that space. Not that, I hate Cody and Dvorak were beasts.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But it didn't hurt them having the greatest defensive lineman in the country in the middle.
Right. Well, the thing is just rushing 4, we're getting to the quarterback.
Right.
So if you bring Benito off the edge, what's going to happen? He's going to have 3 sacks and, a dozen disruptions.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I'm really confident in our defensive line right now, and that would be the difference in the game, in my opinion.
See, me and you are right on the same page. That's the difference in the game.
We're both smart.
Yeah, because our defensive line is way more dominant than their offensive line. Their offensive line is average at best.
At best, right.
Yeah.
Now, that don't get me wrong, though. They have got some skilled players. So
yeah.
Chuba, whatever his name is, if he gets out of, if he gets past that defensive line, he's damaged.
Yeah.
We got to run damage control on that. But put a spy on him, man, I think we'll get him. But you know what I do? I respect Oklahoma State on one thing. They take their shots.
Yeah.
Right? They'll drop him back and let him just throw it. He might throw it in double or triple coverage, but you know what? What's his name out there? Tylan Wallace. He's coming down with a bunch of them.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's 2 teams we cannot lose to, and that's Oklahoma State and Texas. Mm-hmm. So.
If you had to lose to one, which one?
Neither. I would slit my own wrist, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I can't. I can't even fathom that. Why would you even ask that? I should reach over the table and slap you. I'm just
that
shocked.
gives you some anxiety right there.
Yeah, I'm just shocked that you would even say something to that effect. So, are you?
Yeah.
No, really?
Yeah.
I sit on that couch.
I wouldn't put your face on this side.
Oh, Lord. See what I have to put up with. But anyway, Masters weekend. I'm going to play golf Saturday and Sunday. I'm taking it that you're not going to be able to. Your old bones ain't going to be able to handle it.
There's a strong possibility. This is breaking news, by the way.
Okay.
That I will be signing paperwork on a Harley Davidson.
Oh, breaking news. Possibly.
Yep. 45, 50%.
45, 50%.
Maybe
that's 50, not a strong possibility.
50, that's pretty strong.
No,
it's like a coin flip.
No,
right? It's like heads or tails. That's a strong possibility.
A 50-50 is there's a possibility. You said strong possibility.
What's strong possibility?
70-20, 70-30. I mean,
where is this written? 70-20 is not even 100%, Terry.
I'm not good at math.
Pull your other shoe off and count them toes too.
But no, you said strong possibility. 50-50 is not strong possibility.
Well, all right. So if you had a quarter and you flipped it, is there a strong possibility that you hit heads?
No, there's the same possibility that you'd hit tails.
Yeah, but it's
not
still a strong possibility.
No, it's not. If you had a two-headed quarter, yes, it would be strong.
That's not even a possibility. That's a definite.
Well, it's a stronger possibility than a regular quarter.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? There's a difference in possible and strong possibility.
Mm-hmm. So I understand the difference. I'm just not sure we agree.
There's a strong possibility I'm going to be playing golf on Saturday and Sunday again, apparently by myself.
I could just go out there and get you in trouble, and then you wouldn't be playing.
How would you get me in trouble? I'm a member.
I could make something up.
I'm now a member, remember? But it's supposed to rain Saturday morning, so I think I'm going to play on Saturday afternoon and then a little bit later on Sunday because it's supposed to be nice on Sunday. So
I could just go out there and say, hey, Teresa, remember that time Terry was talking about that girl's boobs? Then you'd be in trouble and you wouldn't get to play.
As long as that girl's boobs weren't on the golf course, I'm okay to be out there.
It might be worth a try. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Oh, and I did. Also, I got to watch a Steelers game with Sooner Lisa. She was at the house for the Steelers game.
How'd that go?
She's pretty intense. She couldn't believe I was so calm for the Steelers game because it was a nail biter. I mean,
yeah, because terrible America's team almost beat y'all. How's that happen?
Yeah, same way Kansas State and Iowa State beat Oklahoma this year. Pittsburgh always has that down to your competition game where they kind of fiddle fart around. And I mean, actually, Lisa was like, she thought we were going to lose. I mean, before the game, she goes, we have this game every year where we just play terrible against bad competition. But I explained to her, I said, the game really doesn't matter. And that's what reading some of the stuff after the game, some of the players were like, 8-0 was nothing. All 8-0 guarantees us is that we can go 8-8.
That would be just terrible, wouldn't it?
But
and if you'd have lost to Dallas, I would have said you're going 8-8.
Yeah, but I'm that's why I like the pro football playoff system is, we can lose this game this weekend to the Bengals. We can lose another game, You
might, because my son's on that team. And he might just run y'all over.
I told Lisa about what Caleb wanted us to name Rascal. Do you remember that? He wanted us to name it Mixon. I'll tell you off the air why.
Oh.
You remember why?
No.
Or what we could do? I'll tell you after.
Okay.
You remember it, but
must be inappropriate.
Yeah, it's inappropriate.
That's at Terry Longford. Yeah.
Well, like I said, and Caleb did, hit on a friend of my wife's, of his mother's this weekend. So
shame on you, Caleb.
Yeah, that's my boy.
Went for the cougar, did he?
But yeah. It was a interesting. It was a good game. People stayed pretty late and into the morning, Saturday or Sunday morning. But my patio was full of, let's say, it was full of women who may or may not have had drinks and a fire.
Well, that's a great combination.
Hence, I went to bed at 11 o'clock. At any point I was expecting to hear, get the hose, Dad, come out here. But,
God.
No, they handled themselves well, but everybody was pretty chilled back there. But I'm telling you, women who may or may not be under the influence, they have discussions.
Oh boy,
about stuff that we don't want to be a part of.
I'm sure you'd have a headache after just a couple of minutes.
I would go out there and join for a little bit, and just me and the guys, Caleb and Brad, would go out there, and we'd just finally just kind of wander back in, go back out, wander back in. Just.
Did you ever comment like, "Are y'all really talking about this?"
Yes, the whole time. Yeah, I'm like,
did you get stuff thrown at you?
Oh, and I did earn $1 bill.
Oh, I don't even want to know.
Yeah, and that
Magic Mike going on there.
Yeah, and that dollar didn't come from the wifey, so.
So I'm suddenly uncomfortable.
But she was out there. She saw the dollar be given. I shook my groove thing out there on the patio once and had some money thrown at me. So
well, there you go. Was it to stop?
That is proof that they were all drunk.
Yeah, but was it to stop and go back in?
Oh, no.
Give you $1 if you leave. No? Okay.
No, it had taken them more than $1 to get me to leave. So, But anyway, enough about all that stuff. Let's get ready. Next week we'll have a full podcast tomorrow about how much we hate the Oklahoma State Cowboys and how badly the Sooners are going to put it on them. And hopefully this weekend we'll have more games. Hopefully next week we'll have games. So enjoy the Masters this weekend, everybody.
I know I will.
I know I will too. And that's the podcast. We'll see you next time. Boomer Rob.
Boomer Terry.